Utqiagvik, a city without sun for months, is located at the northern tip of the Earth. This place often experiences a unique natural phenomenon of the Arctic Circle, where the shine of the sun is reluctant to fall to touch the land, until the afternoon looks gloomy, sinking into a long dim silence. And this is a portrait of Utqiagvik, a remote town with the unique phenomenon of being without sun for months. Utqiagvik, or also known as Barrow, is a city located in the Arctic Ocean of Alaska, United States. Utqiagvik is the northernmost settlement in the United States and one of the 11 northernmost cities on Earth. This city is basically remote because there is no land road to it. On one side there is the Arctic tundra or vast treeless area, and on the other side there is the Arctic Ocean, which remains frozen almost all year round. Even though this area of 55.68 kilometers is inhabited by thousands of people, Utqiagvik is an interesting place, especially regarding its natural phenomena where the sun sometimes does not appear at all. In fact, at certain times local residents will not see the sun for 2 full months. When the sun sets on November 18th or 19th, the sun will not rise again for the next 65 days. That's when people here will experience a very long night with cold weather surrounding it. Based on historical records, initially the name Utqiagvik was Barrow, which came from the name of the British naval geographer Sir John Barrow, but over time the name Barrow was changed to Utqiagvik. Utqiagvik itself comes from the traditional language of the Utqiagvik tribe. The Utqiagvik tribe is a group of native Alaskans. Archaeological sites in the area show that the Utqiagvik people have lived in this area for more than 1,500 years. Even though it is part of America, Utqiagvik feels like it is cut off from the outside world. Technically, this city is closer to Tokyo in Japan and St. Petersburg in Russia than to Washington, D.C., which is the capital of the United States. As is known, this place has 2 night and day phenomena, which is unique because of its geographic location within the Arctic Circle. The first phenomenon is called polar night. During this period the sun never rises above the horizon, causing darkness or twilight that lasts 24 hours a day. Although it is not completely dark and there is a little twilight light, the sun's form will not be visible at all. This situation usually occurs from mid-November until mid-January, when local residents will be enveloped in very cold temperatures, with street lights remaining on even during the day. However, in summer, the city will be brightly lit even at night, as if to cover its absence in winter. The sun will appear and not set in Utqiagvik from the beginning of May to the end of July, or around 80 days. This second phenomenon is called the midnight sun. During this period the sun never sets below the firmament, so Utqiagvik experiences continuous daylight. This means residents can see the sun at midnight, giving them 24 hours of daylight, which keeps the city bright, even when the clock shows 1 in the morning. The phenomena of polar night and midnight sun are caused by the tilt of the Earth's axis and its orbit around the sun, which results in extreme variations in the length of the day and night in the polar regions. Another interesting natural phenomenon that this city has is the aurora phenomenon. Aurora or polar light is a natural phenomenon that produces fiery rays of light that dance in the night sky. This beautiful light appears due to the interaction between the magnetic field in the polar region and particles. Charges emitted by the sun, usually the resulting colors vary, from pink, green. The aurora that appears in the skies of Utqiagvik is known as the aurora borealis or northern lights. The aurora borealis appears to adorn the night sky in the city between November and January. Currently, Utqiagvik is home to a population of around 4,927 people. Even though it is remote, this place has adequate facilities like other cities in world. Utqiagvik is equipped with public facilities, such as schools, hospitals, offices, shopping centers and entertainment centers. There are also internet connections and television broadcasts that have been provided by the government for the comfort of its residents. Residential buildings for Utqiagvik residents are also provided with heating facilities from nearby natural gas fields, have modern sewage and water systems. The airport is the lifeline of Utqiagvik. This city only depends on planes to get essential supplies like food and medicine, in just a few months during the summer when the oceans aren't frozen. The city can transport goods that cannot fit on a plane, which means local residents who need cars or building materials have the opportunity once a year to order them by ship. Fish and marine mammals are an important source of food for the city's residents. Every year in the season spring, people here will hunt bowhead whales. Usually they catch up to 50 whales in 1 year. Catching a whale brings so much joy. The meat from this catch will feed the crew and many people for months to come. During the slaughtering process, everyone gathers around the whale, holding hands and praying for the whale who gave his life to feed the community in this country. Prayers are performed in Inupiaq and later in English. All the whaling crew and the townspeople brought large knives and started cutting. After cutting into small pieces, this meat was then distributed to the residents. Apart from being cooked straight away, the meat was also preserved, so it could last for quite a long time. This would be a delicious food. They relied on during the winter until the next whaling season in the spring. Besides being home to thousands of residents, Utqiagvik is also home to some impressive wildlife. Seals, whales, polar bears and reindeer can be seen on the outskirts of the city. In short, Utqiagvik is a territory belonging to America, but it is located very far to the north. The city is a blend of beauty, wonder and resilience at the edge of the world, where the unique rhythms of nature create an enchanting symphony of life.